I'm here in the kitchen of Omar's La Ranita with the wonderful chef here, Julian Prjansky, and we are gonna make an amazing, delicious veal dish for you today. It's one of your specialties, right?
Yes.
So tell me about the dish.
It's called Veal Blanquette. It's a very classic French dish, but here we try to make it a little bit more modern, a little bit more fresh tasting. I'll show it to you.
I can't wait to try it. So what goes into it?
Well, there's the veal, of course, is a veal breast.
Can't do veal blanquettes without veal.
That's what makes it Veal Blanquette. Braised in a white veal stock, which is what makes it blanquette. So it's white wine and just veal stock essentially. And then typical winter vegetables like rutabaga, pearl onions, turnips, Brussels sprouts.
And then you've got lots of butter and salt.
A little bit of butter. And then,
just a tiny bit, guys.
And then bone marrow, a piece of bone marrow goes in the middle of the plate.
That sounds luxurious. So tell me how we get started.
The first step is you got to start by heating up the veal meat itself.
On this giant stovetop.
Yeah. The liquid is the braising liquid, so just to reinforce the veal flavor.
So this is the liquid you initially cook the veal in, is that right?
It is correct, yes.
And then you're just adding it to add a lot more meat flavor.
Yeah, and we're going to reduce it down a little bit, thicken it, make it more viscous. The next step, I'm going to take some of all these vegetables, just a few pieces.
Those colors are beautiful.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to try to get some bright colors in the winter, because normally not so much.
Because yeah, usually you have like fall, autumn colors, like orange and brown. Delicious, but not pretty. But this is gorgeous.
And a little bit more of the veal cooking liquid.
Yum.
And of course, some butter.
Oh yeah. I love me some butter.
And a little pepper. Let's make that into a glaze.
So this turns into a glaze right here?
As the butter melts, it's going to form an emulsion with the cooking liquid of the veal stock. It's going to form a rich, creamy sauce coating the whole thing. The next step is the bone marrow. So the bone marrow, we cook in a circulator so the temperature stays constant. So what you wind up with is the bone marrow heated and cooked all the way through, but not rendered.
And so because you cook it in, what is it called?
A circulator.
In a circulator, it doesn't ooze all over the place, it stays solid.
Yeah, you get all the full flavor in there. It doesn't run out on the plate. So it's becoming nice and thick.
And bone marrow, I feel like, is such a winter thing.
It really is. It's delicious for the winter.
Keeps you, all that fat keeps you warm.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at the butter. How do you know when this is done?
It starts to thicken up.
Okay.
And get more creamy. And you can keep going, but if you go too far, it'll split and it'll just be greasy.
Oh.
So it's a bit of a balancing act.
Gotcha.
This I'm going to put in a salamander just to broil it just for a few seconds to finish it off.
All right, so the veal is now done. Is that right?
Just about, yeah. Move it into a bigger pan to reduce it a little bit faster.
I see.
What would it be without a little bit more butter?
Look at that. It's starting to smell really good. Are we ready to bring everything over? We're
Yes.
gonna go plate?
Let's go plate up.
I'll take the veggies.
I have the veal and the bone marrow.
And this still holds the color, so it's still very pretty.
Yeah, it's all about cooking it quickly and not letting it stay hot for too long. It changes the colors. So to start up with, I use the bone marrow as the centerpiece of the plate.
Very nice and elegant.
Pardon me. And I go just around with the vegetables. Get a little bit of that buttery braising liquid on the bottom.
Right there. And then your big pieces of veal. Oh, wow. That looks decadent, I have to say.
I'm going to finish the bone marrow with a twist of pepper and a little bit of sea salt. Oh, there's one more step.
What's this?
This is an emulsion made of the braising liquid. To
Wow.
make it a little bit creamier, but still a little bit light and airy.
Look at that. It's like a surprise when you start digging into it.
Yeah. Just a little bit of the Brussels sprout leaves on top for some color, and it's ready to go.
So should we take a taste?
Let's do it.
Ooh, look at that. What do you think of your cooking, chef?
It's incredible.
It just melts in your mouth. It's light and airy because of the emulsion, but then you've got those big, chunky, meaty pieces that ground the dish. The veal is cooked perfectly.